Hello, my friends and David's friends. We have different friends. We're going to do some yoga today for your upper body strength. That's a question that I do get in classes quite a bit. So let's get started. Come to the front of your mat. We'll start on our feet. And then float the arms up towards the sky. We'll bring ourselves down like this. And exhale, we're going to bow forward and down. And then bring your hands to the ground on your blocks or on the floor. And you're going to step back into a downward facing dog. So David and I have blankets here. You can pull those to the side if you have that and it's in the way. Push back with your hands and drop your head down. So when we do our downward dog, we want to really focus on those pushing muscles. So push, push, push with your hands and let your head hang. Good. Take a deep breath in. Good. Now bring your hips forward. If you have blocks there, you might want to take them out to the sides for a plank posture. So bring your hands down to the floor or your blocks. You're going to really open up the fingers here and use the fingertips to grip the floor. Not just gripping, but you're pulling back with the fingertips if you're down there. You're going to work on pushing the ground away as much as you can. And push into the heels and breathe. Good. Now push back again into a downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Good. Now if you're using blocks under your hands, you're going to have to move them away now if we want to do the next part without hurting ourselves. Okay? Now come into a plank position. Good. Take your blocks to the sides if you don't want to kill yourself. Wow, he doesn't want to listen today. Seriously?
What you're doing looks harder.
So we're going to take the left hand and we're going to slap the front of the right shoulder. Switch and do the other side. Now, because David's doing this on blocks, I'm going to advise whoever's watching to not do what he's doing, because your block can end up falling, rolling, and you could end up hurting yourself, okay? So David's demonstrating what not to do. So we're just going side to side and we're tapping either shoulder at the front. Good. Come into a plank, breathe, and then lift to a downward dog again with your hips. Good. Breathe deeply in. Good. Now bend your knees deeply. Jeez. And lower your forearms to the ground. When your forearms come to the ground, they're going to create a triangle shape. You're going to interlace your fingers together, elbows under shoulders, okay? And then you're going to push your hips up and back. So here we are establishing some nice strong shoulder strength here. Walk your feet a little bit closer towards your face. Take a deep breath in. Push as hard as you can with those arms and reach those hips up and back. Head is heavy. Breath is deep. Good. Now step longer into a low plank position with your arms in that same position. Elbows under shoulders. Now take your hips and lower and lift them. We're combining core and upper body strength. Lower and lift those hips. Breathing. Hold your low plank. Push into the heels. Push as hard as you can with those arms. Lower the knees, relax the toes, and come onto the belly. David really loves this little dog so much. Okay, rest your head. Bend your knees and windshield wiper those lower legs side to side. Good. So your blanket is under your pelvis. You can actually remove it if that feels better. Good. Now bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Rest your head down so either the forehead or the chin are grounded. And then slide your hands back 1 handprint from that. Elbows hug in towards the body. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, lift your chin, lift your chest. Squeeze your buttocks. Push with your hands and lift up higher. But here's the trick. Elbows need to bend. And that's where the strength building comes, okay? Hug the elbows in towards the body. Squeeze the buttocks. Squeeze the fingertips into the floor. Pull your heart forward. Glue the tops of the feet down to the ground. Let the jaw relax. This dog is into him. Good. Push the hips back and come into a child's pose. So open the knees wide, big toes touch. Sit your hips back and then take your arms out in front of you. Rest your head. Good. Inhale, the head comes up. We brought the body forward into a table position. David might not be joining us anymore because he might be in death mode. So you're going to lower your left hip down to the floor. And you might want to face me, David, just so you can see what's going on. So you're going to take your right leg and your left leg, and you're going to lengthen it. Okay, so it's your lower leg. Take your lower leg and lengthen it. And then take your top foot and bring it out in front. Good. So your hand, for me it's my left, for David it's his right. We want it to end up underneath the shoulder, okay? So we're going to use this right foot, left foot for David, and the left hand in front of us, or right hand, for me and you. And we're going to lift the hips up, okay? Now look at your right foot. You want it to be directly underneath the knee. So you have that 90-degree angle. And then lift your top arm up. Good. Push down into the right foot, the one that's in front of you there. Push down as hard as you can, and the hips come up. Now squeeze your lower hand into the floor, the fingertips into the floor, and pull them back. And breathe. Good. You can extend, if you want, the top leg on top of the lower leg for a little bit more arm strength there. Good. Now lower the top hand into plank and breathe. Good. Lower the knees, and let's start out on the other hip now. So for you and I, it's our right hip. For David, he's all confused. Okay. Right hand underneath the shoulder, right leg long, lower leg long, and the top foot planted out in front. Now your left hand's in front of you to help you out. You're going to inhale, exhale, lift those hips. Your left foot comes underneath the knee, and the left arm can reach up towards the sky. Be active with the right hand. Push the ground away, squeeze the fingertips, pull them back, and maybe the left leg extends on top of the right. You might feel some nice strengthening in the core happening as well. Lower the left hand into plank. Lower the knees, shift your hips to one side, and sit down onto your bottom. Good. Bring your legs out in front of you, and then grab your blocks. If you don't have blocks, we will see what we can do, okay? Shake out your shoulders a little bit. Good. So you're going to take your blocks and bring them so that they are alongside your hips. Just a little bit back so that the front of the block lines up with the very top of your thigh, okay? So we have the front edge, top of thigh. Good job, David. Okay, so now your hands come to the block with the fingers draped over the front. You're flexing your feet. You're going to take a deep breath in and exhale, push the ground away, the hips lift. Good. Deep breath in. To come out of this, we want to do it very slowly so we don't jar the back. So very slowly lower down. Excellent. Good. Now slide your hands back a little bit
You want the blocks or your hands now behind your back. Not behind your back directly, just positioning behind the back body. And now we're going to inhale, exhale, lift straight up again with the hips. Just straight up. Good. Take a deep breath in and lower it down. Good. Slide the blocks back a little bit more. Un peu. Take a deep breath in. You want the blocks to be inside the lines of your mat. Take another deep breath, and this time we're going to lift the hips up and now push the sole of the feet down, both feet. Squeeze the buttocks and lift your hips up. Now you can feel your chest opening. Nice push with those arms. Good. Stay here, bend the knees, plant the feet, lift the hips. Good. How you doing?
Good.
David's doing good. Put it on the record.
Surprise?
Put it on the record. Bring your legs long again and come into that upward facing plank. Soles of the feet press down. One more bending, pushing, lifting, breathing. Good. Lower it down. Good. Bring your arms alongside you and shake out your wrists and your shoulders. How do you feel? Good. So we're going to end it there for today. I hope you had a good arm strengthening, upper body strengthening type of workout with us today. If you have any questions, let us know. And we will see you for the next one. Thanks for being here. Namaste.